Hello, hello. Yo, yo, yo. So, we are live. So, I'm planning to uh write an A-star algorithm, okay? And the A-star algorithm will be using Rust, but I want some visualizations. So, what we'll do is that we kind of run the core part of the algorithm in Rust, but also like write something back. By the way, I've never done this. I got AI to generate something very similar, so I have some idea at least about how it should look like, but we are gonna go in steps. First, I'm gonna, you know, because I've seen the code, I don't still know like the syntax or anything about how to do these things, so I need to learn the boilerplate first. So, what we're gonna do is like we're gonna have a branch, we're gonna AI branch, and we're gonna have my branch, and we're gonna like generate sample code in the AI branch and pretty much just hand copy it, so like we learn at least something. The idea is to not go full blind on AI and actually like do something. This is gonna be like a recreational programming kind of. Uh, yeah, I'm just chilling today. I don't have much to do, and it's gonna be like this. We're gonna write some code. We're gonna have some fun, and hopefully, you know, we learn something at the end of the day because I'm done feeling empty after writing thousands of lines of code, which I don't feel I enjoy at all. Uh, So we're gonna ride slow, but we're gonna enjoy. It's gonna be a 2 day trip. So, get ready for the trip. Hopefully, we ride and learn. So what we're gonna do is I was hoping that I have a mic stand, but the thing is that my mic will be very far from my face. So most of the time you probably guys won't be able to properly hear me. And I also don't really know how much is the audio. Like how is the audio? It's probably like there can be background noise because like my dad's and mom's at home, so yeah, like there are no background noise. I really don't care, honestly. Who gives a fuck about a stream that nobody's gonna watch anyways? So where should we start from? So I should probably like show you what I have already generated out of it, right? So I was like asking Codex to like give me like the initial intent of how it should look like, and the most useful thing I think is this thing which I'll copy, because yeah, ignoring these files are really important. I don't know if this is a good idea though, but it like especially this one, it was like fucking up, and also wheat, it was fucking up. Apart from that, it did something weird which I don't understand, like wasm.d. I think it got generated. What will be the problem is that I still don't know the CLI commands to run. Even if I like write the code, so that's why I have to like take it step by step because I need to learn what CLIs are present, because this code is a proof that it works. Like I don't know if like you understand, like this is how it's gonna look like. So uh okay, this is the fixture file and this is the problem statement, but I cannot find the actual visualization. Where did that go? Okay, so the visualization is in this file. Okay, yeah, this has like a DSL kind of for creating some objects for the problem. So we already have a known topology, a way to define topology. So this A star will run over some problems that we already have. It's like, I think it's called, it's dataset 18, and we're gonna run on dataset 18 for begin with. Probably should run with dataset 01, which is like a much simpler dataset to you know test out your solver against. But so we are trying to run like auto router, so this is gonna be like like try to port that thing into like Rust and not use AI and have fun with it. So yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking what to do. Like, should I just use the DSL or actually like write it? I really am not sure. The DSL is really weird. It's like a grid world with like 2416. It has a route and it has with points. So I don't know. I think this is starting point, end point, and this is blocked regions. Okay, so regions probably we cannot access. It's pretty readable. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do honestly. Should I just start to write the code? Do it against a data set? I don't think doing it against a data set would be a good idea, right? Because it's so much shit I have to like take on in the first moment is that converting it. So here's the thing, the previous solver does have a known way of input and output, but we can probably stick to strings. I mean, it is a JSON string. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Should I just jump in and take the gun and like make a fully compatible A star implementation in Rust that works well with our that's kind of sucks because I don't know what to do, and I get very confused very easily, so this does suck. It's really well written for int driven development, so like int array, and we can have the idea of how how the guys at Beetle, I think it's called Beetle database. I could be wrong. Like I'm not sure. It's written in Zig, and they have the idea of like memory allocating a specific amount and never using more than that. That's why the latencies are like for the database is really good. It's like a financial transaction database. It's Tiger Beetle, right? Yeah. And I wonder like if something like that would be amazing. Though the thing is that we are so early, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna literally learn today how to write it. So yeah, what we're gonna do is probably uh, just learn a bit about the existing input, right? So this DSL makes sense, and try to write our own problems almost. I think that will be good, because except that I don't know what to do honestly. Well, actually, I think we could probably like regenerate the DSL because I don't know what are the constraints of this thing. Like, how is it defining point A to point B? Yeah, but where is point A? Point A is 1 and 1 1. Point B is at this location. So if we use this, the thing is that we have to learn about the idea of regions and port points. Uh, so so regions are like this. So the way we generally think about it is that we have a topology, and the topology is like this thing where it has like a region height, region width, and it has ports. Yes, it has ports, and these ports are the points in the region that you can travel through. You just can't go anywhere through the region. It's like specific points. Is this a good approach? This I there is something called polyania that just drops the entire thing. That's also like really weird. Not weird, like it's really smart about how it does it. I think it doesn't have the idea of like port points. It does it using geometry. So I want to I should I try to make something new? I've not even written the style algorithm. You see so many things are going through the head, like what the fuck? uh it's so confusing. Maybe we'll not use this input format, right? And we can make our own input format. I think the string version of this input format is much more easy to reason about, but then we end up creating something that will be not compatible with our system, which I want to replace. I want to replace the current JS based out router and make it like a Rust base. I wish I was like a 10x developer and just knew what to do right now. But I just don't know what to do right now. I'm so not a 10x guy. Oh shit, I was making thumbnails. Oh. Yeah, I hope I don't leak shit. It would suck if I still leak something on the internet that I should not have. What the fuck to do, dude? What the fuck to do? It's really hard for me to sometimes know the inputs for this. Like, it does make sense. I mean, what is it? There's port count, there's region count, there is region incident port, which is like blocked regions, I guess. There is port incident port regions, which I have no idea. Region incident port. What is the difference? Region width, region height, region center X, region center Y. See, this all makes sense because. But then why like this? Why not store like region max X, region mean Y X? I store the center. Isn't that just weird to write? Because normally it will be like 4 arrays, and now you have like this weird center thing. You have to like convert it back. Because you need like min x max x, so you can like properly do geometry calculations. I don't think you can do much with geometry with this kind of format of a code, but I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm not that of a nerd that I know the answer to everything. And there's the available z masks. Uh, there is region metadata, which is region ID is blocked. Redirect. What does this do? What is the type on this thing? Oh, by the way, I have to disable types checking LSP because it was taking up so much RAM. It was killing my laptop, so I just disabled LSP. It's gonna suck hard. So, port angle from region 1. Yeah, I think this is for optimization slash better behavior for intersections. See, there is so much extra shit going on right now, and uh, yeah, the question is that is the extra shit needed or not? For starting, it does suck, but I do think it will be needed for most part. So I'm not sure. We can start with something like a single layer. So like we'll just expect that there is no layer change, and the answer is always like single layer. And there is also port metadata, which is like port ID and label, which I don't know what is it. There is so much things. Ow. There is problem. There is initial. You see, the thing about this is that it's so much human readable. Like it's a height and a width and a center. So yeah, just instantly know which is larger between the two rects from the height and the width, and also its location where it's situated. And here we create the problem with something like this, and then we return. Can't I like do jumping? Okay. Build grid world. Cool. And here you define the grid world and then dot route and point. I think I understand how it's written. I think I do. But it's still pretty horribly written. I don't enjoy it. So we're gonna run a topological order router. But maybe we are just overthinking, and Most of the code will probably be not needed anyways. Or is it needed? Int array, world points, map, port section mask. Oh, I think port section mask defines which are allowed. Ports also. 50. আছে। হুম। So we got the problem and let's start with it, I think we can start with it. It's gonna be fine. Like, but I just hate the way it's written. It's written in a very non-intuitive way. I would expect something more like, first of all, you don't need to define the grid. I don't know why would you need to define the grid. Just need to define regions and regions port. Oh, and that port someone needs to know that it's connected. So what you need to do is that we are gonna take an assumption that that every region that shared each site can have only one port. You see, the reason we need to do this assumption is because if you don't do this, I think it would be really hard to the defining the port points is really hard, and I don't want to define the port points. I just want it to be automatic. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take the assumption that the port points are by its very nature like singled out always, like a single between, like each side will just have one, and the DSL can like auto put it so that I don't have to care about it. I'm hoping to generate the initial DSL with the AI, and then we can probably run it. And how should it look like is the question. So it should look something like how should it look like? It should not need to define a grid wall or anything. It should just be like everybody knows a grid, right? So it's like mm, it can be just region based. So start and end region based. They start from the center of the region. Always start from the center of the region, and this is like the two assumptions we have to make. That is, port points which are shared, so like they have to be defined good, will always be present in between two regions. Like, how does this port point know like who they're sharing? The current looks so weird to me. The way it knows is that it has a port X, port Z, and that's like X, Y, and Z. The question is, how does the port point belongingness is known? Like, who does the port point belong to? Does it not need to store that data? I'm not sure yet. How they define it? A port point is always shared between two regions. The port metadata could define it, but I don't understand which one will, like, is label defining it? Is label defining it really? I think it's a label that like tells which one does the point attach to, because a port point will be like a shared thing between two regions. And yeah, also for in this world we'll also have like squared regions. All regions are just a rectangular uh, or square depending, but they like have four sides. They are like not polygon, they're just four-sided for what's worth. And I think that would be enough. Man, I do wish uh so the reason I want to write it like this is because it's so friendly to the WASM thing. Like the WASM love to have entaries being sent and like back, and it does not like things that are strings. Like it does like it. I don't like it. You have to like parse the string again into like JSON, and that's expensive to do every time because there's a lot of it. Like because we'll like having a shared memory array, and we'll be like writing back and forth. So like visualization can see like the data and like give me some kind of visualization. And yeah, and it can like also it's gonna be hard. I can see this, but yeah, I'm not sure how. What is the input for take? It's not just a topology, right? It's also the problem initial solution. What is the problem? Okay, the problem is this thing. The problem defines the port section mask, route metadata, route start, route endpoint, route, route net, region net. I think it's the port mask or like either metadata, but metadata is like label, and label should not be saying that, so it like super weird even if it is true. It does not have this data. Oh my god. So it gets inferred. That sucks. It should never be inferred. At least I would design it like that. Why would it get inferred? Why? Inference is like crazy, dude. Actually, maybe it's not. The way. The problem is that every region has a physical shape to them. They are not like shapeless. Like they have a particular size and everything. So if you like define points, this points needs to belong to like two regions. Do they not need to belong to two regions? Like how would you do that? Like you would check each point and who is the closest segment side, or like closest side it has, and it will like attach itself or something. that's not a very good way of doing it, is it? Or is it fine? Am I overthinking it? At least what I would want, the ownership of the points, if in not anything else, like, so that it's not like based on geometry. Or maybe it's fine to be based on geometry. It's like, oh, we got these points, and if this point is inside the region owns it, and it can like place the points anyhow. But it has like a point, it has a position, so the position cannot change. And a point needs also to be owned by another region, because you see, this is the problem with starting from something that is not very, that is already very complicated. It makes things more complicated than they need to be. How would I define it? Would I like define them as loose guns? Oh, why would I define them as loose guns that can like do its own thing and have no idea of ownership? At least the ownership of the regions, is that too much to ask? I mean, it's kind of encoded, right? Like when you say the position is here, you kind of do say the ownership. Like if it's inside the region X, then it belongs to that, right? Even though it's a 3D world, so you have to like, it's like a volume based, not just area. But if it's inside the volume of a region, it belongs to that region. The question is then, how would it handle being part of neighbor? Like how would it handle neighboring? So each region just needs 1 point, right? And because we know they share, we can just put them in one of the sides and be done with it. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's like so boring because I can't think anything. See, this is what AI does. You don't learn anything. It's all just AI writing AI for AI by AI to the AI. Copy the metadata already been should be explicit instead of inferred. I am not against inference actually. Like I really like the idea of no inference because it's like position, but the question is how does it get arranged? Hmm, like the regions decide for themselves how they want to put the, this is a bad thing, you see, like because the user expected to give like in a structure, like the user gives like an x and y coordinate, and the user expected to be in that x and y coordinate, and it also has the assumption that it has ownership because the data it's coming from, it has ownership, points have ownership, but here it doesn't. That's like discrepancy almost. Like why would it not have ownership when the previous things have ownership? Because it's no more like tight, it's like loose ended. Ownership is more important than what most people would say here. But then the question is that even if I define ownership, right, there is a implicit ownership because of the x and y and z coordinate. Because of the volume, we just can check who, like this point belongs to which volume, and that will be like it.